Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. If you're a PS Plus subscriber in Europe, Australia or New Zealand, you may have received notice that Sony is putting 25% on top of the price we currently pay for the PlayStation Plus subscription service. I believe Sony is paving the way to combine PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, but I'll get to that in a moment. Here in the UK, the PlayStation Plus price has shot up from £40 to £50, which is about $65 American. It would have been more, but the bloody Brexit vote hurt the pound massively. Speaking of North America, you guys have already faced a price increase about 11 months ago, and only recently the offerings on PS Plus have seen improvement. Well, what do we actually get for our money? Let's quickly remind ourselves before acting like the world is coming to an end. Since Sony mimicked Microsoft's choice to charge players for online multiplayer, we have progressively been charged more. At present, we receive the aforementioned online play, we receive 10 gig of cloud storage, which I personally find very useful, but I know it's not for everyone. We have access to share play, where you can play a friend's game without actually owning the game yourself, and we also receive discounts on the store. As I'm writing this, that includes 70% off Mortal Kombat X, 62% off Battlefield 1 Deluxe Edition, and between 10 and 40% off another 78 titles. This of course changes each month and sometimes each week too. If you're one of those people who buys many games online, PS Plus will save you a huge amount of cash, but again, that's not really for everyone, is it? We also receive early access to demos and betas and PS Plus extras for free-to-play titles. So is PS Plus still a great deal? Well, I'll just say it, yes it is, especially if you download and play the PS Plus offerings each month. Take July's offerings on PS4, that's you, Game of Thrones and Until Dawn. If we played those 3 games, then the annual subscription is already paid for. Same again this month, Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry and Just Cause 3. If we continue to play the PS3 and Vita offerings on PS Plus each month, then the price increase shouldn't make any difference. No one wants to give extra money away and not receive anything in return. So let me shake things up a bit by putting forward what I believe will happen. I firmly believe PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus will begin to cross and eventually become one entity. Here's the current issue. PlayStation has 2 subscription services, which are very similar to one another for anyone who isn't a hardcore gamer. Just in case you don't know what it is, PlayStation Now is a streaming service which offers access to 400 PlayStation games online. And while PlayStation Plus is thriving, PlayStation Now is quite hit and miss depending on how you construe the figures. Sony have invested in advertising how PlayStation Now works seamlessly on PC in a way that suggests that Sony want PlayStation and PC to co-inhabit the same ecosystem. In a recent video I posted about the impact of Xbox One X on PlayStation users, there were many people who said they owned both a PC and PlayStation, and depending on which game they want to play, they will switch between platforms. If these people represent a larger percentage of the market, then Sony pretty much has the green light to add streaming content to PS Plus, as their users will take advantage on both platforms. The real advantage of Plus and Now combining is the ability to play PS3 games on the PS4. It's not the most important thing in the world, but it would be great to play Red Dead Redemption without having to dust off my PS3. You could take this further back in time too, allowing streaming access to PS1 and PS2 classics, instead of the confusing system in place now in which we rebuy games for each and every console. PlayStation Now has a very mixed reputation and the service has stuttered regularly, so much so that many of us have dismissed it completely. This could be the ideal way to improve the service and keep subscribers happy. What do you think? Is this a pipe dream, or could we see PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now combined into one super subscription service? I really would love to know your thoughts, and if you need to vent, feel free to do so below. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade, and I'm trying my best to see the positives in the recent PS Plus price increase. Whew, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.